everybody. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday, Messaging and Manifesting for Leaders. I'm Stacia Thompson, and I serve business leaders and owners by using channeled insights grounded in business strategy, delivering clarity, confirmation, and validation. So today's topic is the universal law of cause and effect. I will cover what the law means, how to use it strategically, the deeper meaning to our soul, case studies, and practice. All right, so let's get started. The law of cause and effect reminds us that every action sets energy into motion, and every motion carries a consequence. Sounds pretty easy. Some outcomes are good, some are difficult to digest, and some are neutral. But here's the thing, none of them are random. Every thought, every emotion, every decision, whether conscious or not, creates a ripple. That ripple eventually becomes experiences, opportunities, and results that we see in our lives and businesses. That's a pretty big nugget there, so I'm going to repeat it. Every thought, every emotion, every decision, conscious or not, creates a ripple. That ripple eventually becomes our experiences, opportunities, and results that we see in our lives and businesses. So, how do we use it strategically? Well, when we become intentional about our cause, we embrace our energetic power. Instead of reacting from fear or doubt or confusion, we begin to act from clarity, alignment, and vision. So, how does that look? Well, it might look like this. In business, making decisions that align with your core mission, even if they stretch you. Speaking or acting from your authentic truth versus obligation, right? We've all been there. Choosing to pause before reacting, remembering the power of the pause. Visit my YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago for the talk on the power of the pause. So the effects felt or experienced that follow these, the making the decisions that are aligned, speaking authentically, etc., these have much higher vibrations, and therefore your experiences or the results will be higher in vibration too because of the energy of your intention. So last week I talked about vibration, and you can visit the YouTube channel for that discussion. All right, at a soul level, this law teaches us that growth comes from contrast. In basic terms, we would not know happiness if we didn't know sadness. We would not know good if we didn't know evil. And I will say that going through contrast can be tough. It can be ugly. And using these things I'm going to talk about next is really a challenge when you're in the midst of your life blowing up. All right. But the key is to remember that it is not punishment, right? It is purpose. We're going through this experience to grow and learn and become a better human. The hard or confusing off times are simply showing us that we're out of alignment. We have the power to create more of what is next. So every challenge clarifies our next best move. Every no directs us to our yes. Every setback refines our strategy and our vibration. When something is not working, it is so easy to spiral into, why me? Why is this happening to me? And the empowering question is to ask instead, what is this showing me about my next step? What are the causes leading to these effects? I don't want to be here. I want to be over here. Define what over here means. Answering these questions will pivot your energy, allowing you the space to deliberately choose your next cause or next action. All right, so here's a case study to show how this comes up in life. The easiest one for demonstration purposes is one of my plant labor employees. She opted to not show up at work and to not call in. That's the action. The consequence was that she was written up and sent home. Well, she was mad. And so I lectured her because she's young, right? So in this case, I told her that every decision or action has a consequence, good, bad, or neutral. Choose your action wisely. A little bit more challenging to see is a client who wanted to pivot her career into strictly speaking. She would get gigs and then they would cancel. She did not want to travel. Her expectations were really high and her giving energy was really low. So meaning that she had so many rules and energetic blocks that she was not getting traction, right? Understandably, this led to depression. Spirit advised her that where her blocks were, which she denied, Spirit also assigned homework, which she was resistant in doing. Finally, she started doing a little bit of the homework, not the full shebang, but some, all right? And she did it consistently. And seriously, within 4 weeks, new opportunities, new connections appeared randomly and magically. The cause was decisions must be made this way, the effect cancellations. From her revamped space, the cause was the action of the homework shifting her energy to the new effect of doors opening. Like all intentional energy, it takes practice. Here is an exercise for you to experiment with, right? Like, try it out, see how it goes for you. Pick an area of your life or business where it feels off. Ask yourself, what causes have I been setting into motion? And those causes would be actions, thoughts, beliefs, choices. But be brutally honest with yourself. Then ask yourself, what is one intentional shift I can make to potentially create a different effect or different outcome? And pay attention. Celebrate the smallest of wins like they're huge. And then repeat it. Tip: shifts don't have to be huge. And for the most part, they're not. Huge shifts are created by tiny, repeated shifts. One better thought, one aligned decision shifts the entire chain. All right? The law of cause and effects is your ultimate feedback. You are always creating. So let's create intentionally using the law for immediate feedback to guide you. When you lead with clarity and alignment, you don't just influence your results, you design them. Your homework is to pay attention to your causes. Be intentional with your choices and leadership. The next level in business, leadership, and life starts with one conscious cause. Looking for more energetic tips? Follow me here, subscribe to my newsletter, or visit me on YouTube. Have a great day.